You see, Philadelphia been looking for a man for the last 5 years who
Holy
some say the youngest alleged hitman
I thought it
in the
was
city.
3.
And he finally been arrested after a 5-year manhunt within the last 24 hours of me making this video.
I'm not gonna hold you. 5-year manhunt is insane, gang. Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Sluu Hustle, man, and I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Before we get into this video, I want to remind you all this is a reaction channel. I ain't gonna take too much of your time. Let's get right into it.
It's the start. It's the start. Oh, a legendary run, you hear me? This one.
In Philadelphia are trying to
Oh yeah,
track
we in
down
Philly
a man
with a
they say
gang.
is
We in
connected
Philly
with 3 separate murders. Investigators say a $5,000 reward is being offered for information leading to the arrest of Tyvine Jones.
He was dissing on my homie, and then that little nigga Shrek can say a name in my song, cause I know the feds gon' People try to run, they said his fat ass ain't get that far. But if you don't land in Charles, wouldn't turn Blumberg into track star.
Is dead after more gun violence in Philadelphia.
Yeah, I'm
Police
trying to
say
tell
the
y'all,
16-year-old
bro.
was
Philly's
shot early this
turned
morning
up,
at the
bro.
intersection of North
Philly
22nd
is turned
and Diamond
up.
Streets in North
That shit is
Philadelphia.
dumb active right now, bro.
This individual
I be trying to
is
tell
one of
my
the most wanted
homies
people
like
currently
what
in the
Chicago
city, and there's
was,
a
Philly is
$5,000
right now.
reward on his head.
Fam, I've been doing a lot. Last couple of weeks, I haven't been posting as much as I want to. I'm getting a new studio together for the New Year's, thank God, and I'm excited. And of course, I vlogged it to give you guys an experience.
Congratulations, brother.
But headed to this weekend coming up, man, there's a couple stories I wanted to bring to you guys' attention this Thursday. One of them is based out of Philadelphia. In the last 24 hours of me making this video, the blind still leading the blind. You see, Philadelphia been looking for a man for the last 5 years who some say the youngest alleged hitman
I thought it
in the
was
city.
3.
And he finally been arrested after a 5-year manhunt within the last 24 hours of me making this video.
I'm not gonna hold you. 5-year manhunt is insane, gang. Like, I'm not gonna hold you. Like, if he had made it to the 6th year, at that point they might as well just let it be. Like, 5 years is a long ass time. Just imagine. Think about what you was doing 5 years ago. Now think about what you'll be doing 5 years from now. That nigga probably had the feeling that he was never gonna get caught.
Police say this young man,
I know I would've.
alleged murder stretched across at least 3 years. And while he was online dropping music, giving out clues, taunting investigators, just 4 weeks ago, he released another.
He was killing niggas for 3 years on the run for 5.
Themselves. Now authorities claim he wasn't just some random kid in the streets. They say he was the designated hitman for a well-known Philadelphia crew, which we'll later identify and discuss. And if I was anybody still tied to him, some would say at this moment, it'd be best to lay low on purpose. But here's where things get even crazier. Over the years, police say he bragged about having more than 3 bodies. And in one clip, he couldn't even hang around someone who didn't.
How you a killer, nigga? You ain't got more than 3. You ain't trying to slide, fuck it, then there's more for me.
What?
So who are we talking about? A young man, some say.
Yo, this nigga's
According
tripping.
to Philadelphia police, a man that's responsible for taking the lives of a 16-year-old, his own best friend, a local rapper who dropped a viral diss song with over 2 million views we'll later talk about, who was gunned down just 4 days later after allegedly filming in his opposition's neighborhood, and another man months later. Today we're gonna break down a full timeline, identify who this young man is, his rap stage name, his nicknames, the murders he accused of, where you from, who
Let's get into it then, gang. Come on now, I'm ready.
Some allegedly turned informants. But before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I won't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said,
no bullshit.
Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
No bullshit. With that being said, remember, I'm just giving you a reaction. Don't be in my comments talking crazy now. At this point in the video, you might as well go ahead and give me a like, comment, and subscribe. Get to it.
We'll jump right to it. Fam, today we headed to North Philadelphia and visited a gang called Blumberg gang. According to local police, a violent drug trafficking organization, primarily associated with former Norman Blumberg apartment public housing complex. The gang has been a target of multiple federal investigations and prosecutions for drug-related crimes and violence that quote-unquote terrorized the neighborhood. The gang operated out of the Norman Blumberg Apartments, a high-rise public housing facility in the Surswood neighborhood of North Philadelphia.
I was about to say, I think this is North Philly. You know I'm tapped into Philly a little bit.
As part of a redevelopment efforts. Philadelphia
that doesn't do shit.
The gang was involved in heavy.
Hold on, y'all heard that? I was talking. Let me play it back. Hold on. I don't know why my arrow won't try and work.
Philadelphia. The complex was particularly demolished in 2016 as part of a redevelopment efforts. Philadelphia police say the gang was involved in heavy drug trafficking 24/7 on the streets, often accompanied by violence.
We in North Philly right
Now, hear me out, right? When they do shit like this, what do you think is actually being done, right? Because, like, in my point of view, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, when you blow up and knock down entire developments and shit, I feel like you're just giving niggas a free pass to go hit the streets, go cause more havoc. Whatever that was going on in their neighborhood, I feel like you're allowing them to just go into the rest of the city with that shit, man. Because eventually they don't have anywhere else to go. And it's like, yeah, you can indict a few niggas, but in reality, you're not grabbing everybody. So it's like, are you really cleaning up the issue, or are you just letting it spread more throughout the city? I feel like you letting it spread more out the city. Let me know in the comments what you think.
now in the Blumberg project, the heart of North Philly, place where a lot of people wouldn't even come. I've been shot in both my legs. I've been shot in my face. It got so bad that the feds like, we can't really stop what's going on. But we can just knock your project down. Man, they
But
really
how
took our project
is that
and
stopping it, though?
tore it down and broke it down the way they really wanted to do it.
Over the years, Blumberg
But how is
had
that
leaders
stopping
like
it?
Stinson, who was sentenced to 30 years in prison in 2020, and Juan German, sentenced to 30 years in 2019.
Damn.
Who were found to have tightly controlled operations, supervised sellers, and lookouts. They even had taxes on members and customers. Members included shift sellers, grinders, or trappers, and lookouts to alert them to law enforcement presence. But as of recent, it's a new man that's been people in Philadelphia call him Rookie of the Year, Tyvion Jones, also known as Eerd, and Blumberg Eerd, in his music tracks.
Ain't shot nobody, fuck ain't know I got a body. I was smiling on the hit, laughing as I shot. These niggas no
Yo, this nigga's wicked.
These niggas ain't stand up for shit. I know he tossing and turning in his grave. You should never made that dip.
Yeah, it's gonna be a quick. It's gonna be a quick trial, gang. I ain't gonna hold you. Way they be trying to use lyrics to, bro, to indict niggas, and then they actually use them in a trial. That, man, bro, it's gonna be a quick trial.
It was a song that was released just 4 weeks ago. 41,000 views ain't counting, called
This nigga still dropping music on the run.
Police. And mind you, at this point, he was on the run for 5 years, half a decade, fam. And on paper, for 3 murders. With the first murder allegedly happened August 23rd, 2020.
Fuck that. This nigga, fuck being on paper. This nigga's on, this nigga's on wax. This nigga's hopping on beats, telling you he did this shit. Like, he is bugging, bro. He's bugging.
Area in the Raymond Risen Projects, a significant public housing development located around 23rd and Diamond Street, which is frequently referenced as a key part of that specific hood. Original Valley, the blocks between 23rd and 25th Street on Diamond Street have also been historically associated with the specific local identity or group known as the Original Valley. The victim was identified as Hayward Garrison, aka Lil Ranger.
I remember when this shit first happened,
yeah. Block of West Diamond Street on Sunday, August 23rd, 2020 at 1:10 a.m. He suffered multiple gunshot wounds. Lil Ranger was transported to Temple University Hospital, where he later passed away. May he rest in peace and love and condolences to his family. As mentioned, he was just 16 years old. He resided on North 29th Street in Philadelphia. And the crazy part about his story is that he lost his life to gun violence just a year after his sister lost her life. After both of his sisters were stabbed by a 19-year-old woman who lived on the same block as him.
That's fucking crazy.
Allegedly a social media dispute.
That's fucking crazy.
In 2019 at around 11:30.
Could you imagine that, gang? Your sister beefing with a bitch on Instagram. The bitch actually gets up on not just her, but both of your sisters and stabs him and kills one of them. That's wicked, bruh. That's wicked, bro.
PM on a Monday,
that's some crazy shit.
29th Street. Shantae Garson.
I feel bad for his moms,
She was found laying on the ground with multiple stab wounds. She was taken to a hospital where she later died, and her sister, Tyshawn Layton, was also stabbed multiple times. She was released from the hospital after being listed in critical condition. Lil Ranger was just 15 years old at the time. His mother made an appearance on a local local news. That's what she had to say.
Deadly dispute in a Philadelphia neighborhood. Officials say a woman and her sister were both stabbed by a neighbor. Tonight we're hearing from the mother of the victims. Action News reporter Maggie Kent joins us now live from the neighborhood with the investigation and a closer look
This
at
shit
the
is
suspect.
crazy.
Maggie.
Sarah, police say they know who they are looking for. They've issued a warrant for her arrest. A young mother of 2 is now dead, and her sister at the intensive care unit at this hour.
I'm trying to tell
Gonna
you.
be better than that.
Philly is
But
fucking
when God
crazy,
has
bruh.
his plan, like, what can you do?
Arlene Layton is mourning the loss of her 23-year-old daughter,
Damn.
Shantae Garrison, a mother of 2 young children herself.
I never thought that somebody would come and stab her over a fight. And my other daughter is in ICU, and we didn't even tell my daughter yet. So my daughter can't even see the news or nothing.
Her 28-year-old
Damn,
daughter, Tayshawn
yeah.
Layton, is also recovering
This
from being
shit's
stabbed in a fight
crazy
on
as
their
fuck.
block at 29th and Jefferson last night. Police say the sisters were wounded in the fight with a new neighbor, a woman who
I ain't never
initiated
heard
the
about this.
confrontation
I'm
and
fake
showed
tapped
up
into
with
the
a
Philly
knife.
drill, but
Social
it's not
media
really no
postings
drill
may have
shit.
fueled the tension between the groups. Layton says her daughters were likely caught by surprise when the aggressor brought a knife.
My kids is not like that. So they don't even know, like, when you dealing with people like this, all you had to do is come home. Come home.
Police have interviewed multiple
Facts.
witnesses. They say there may be more arrests to come in this case. Tonight, a family of Shantae Garrison will be holding a vigil here on the corner where she died in her memory. We're live in Brewery Town. Maggie Kent, Channel 6,
Damn.
Action News.
R.I.P.
Rick.
that girl,
All right, Maggie,
man.
thank you.
Now, as mentioned, Blumberg, Eerd, according to local police in Philadelphia, was responsible for Lil Ranger losing his life, and that was the story of him and his older sisters getting stabbed by a 19-year-old, leaving one deceased just a year prior. But just 2 years later, in 2022, police say Blumberg Eerd was responsible for a local rapper, who some would say made one of the most disrespectful disses of all time. His name was Wesley Rodwell, aka Burke Street Man Man. As mentioned,
Oh,
he was only
yeah,
20
Burke
years
Street
old.
Man
On May
Man.
21st, 2022,
Oh,
he dropped a
shit.
song titled 6 Feeders with over 2.4 million views. I ain't counting, and 16,000 likes. And that song
Damn.
can be seen dissing the dead.
I ain't gonna lie, Philly drill kind of like Chicago. Like, so many niggas died from this shit or behind this shit. It's kind of hard to remember who was who. But I ain't gonna lie, Burke Street Man Man definitely cranked. He
Calling
definitely
them out by
cranked.
names, going to his enemy neighborhood, shooting a music video, and dissing hoods in the process. And one of those hoods was Blumberg.
In the tracks, ad car like Drizzy wasn't slumped all in that backyard. Heard Zebo try to run, they said his fat ass ain't get that far.
4 days later, May 25th, 2022, Burke Street Man Man was one
Damn.
of 4 men who was killed in Philadelphia. Philadelphia police say, while on the run for 2 years by that point, Blumberg Eerd was the alleged hitman later charged in connection with that murder. And the crazy
Damn.
part is, looking back, Blumberg Eerd had posted the picture of him and Burke Street Man Man. Things were true. Now the next murder happened just a few months later,
Damn.
September of 2022. 23-year-old Ryan D. Finley was shot to death on the 1600 block of Crescent Street in the Nicetown, Toga area. For 5 years, Blumberg Eerd were going on a run. But a year after the last murder that's being documented in this indictment, his good friend Blumberg G's would be gunned down in what some say in an accidental shooting. Not to mention, Blumberg
Yeah.
G's was a local rapper, but he also was wanted for the murder of the 16-year-old that we briefly talked about at the beginning of this video. Some say Blumberg who accidentally shot his man going on a drill. Blumberg G's real name was
That's
Anthony
what they
Watson.
say.
He was shot once in the back of the head on the 1800 block of North Woodstock Street just after 8:15 p.m. Wednesday. A 26-year-old man was also shot in the foot. Police rushed Washington to Temple University. He was originally listed in critical condition, but died about 4 hours later. May he
Damn.
rest in peace and love condolences to his family.
No
He was only
bullshit.
21 years old, and he'd been a fugitive for over a year at that point, wanted for murder, as we mentioned. Apparently, they were trying to spin Burks. At the scene near Burks and Woodstock Street, police recovered a gun plus 16 shell casings from 2 different caliber weapons,
Damn.
indicating the shootout. The motive remains under investigation. Some say Blumberg Eerd allegedly shot him in the head by accident. But then on the second week of December of 2025, after having a $5,000 reward, and you would think with 5 years on a run and only $5,000, they ain't really looking for you. But nonetheless, he would finally get apprehended. Jones was found apprehended in an apartment complex on Lansdowne Avenue in Delaware County the morning of Wednesday, December 10, 2025, after the U.S. Marshals
That's
Service
still Philly?
said they received an anonymous tip.
Is off the streets. U.S. Marshals arrest an alleged hitman accused of shooting and killing 3 people, including a 16-year-old. The Fugitive Task Force took Divine Jones into custody at the Stratford Court Apartments in Lansdowne this morning. They say the 25-year-old is a member of the North.
Bro, this nigga was on the run for 5 years in his city. Why though, bro? Like, there's no way you was into it with niggas that bad. You like you could have just started life somewhere else, gang. Like,
Philadelphia Blumberg gang. The alleged murders happened between 2020 and 2022.
As we said, family, blind leading the blind. 2 of the alleged
Man,
perpetrators
this
that was
nigga's
involved in these
bugging.
murders was already arrested. 1 standing trial, and 1 information is being scrapped from online, and some say he cooperated. But at the end of the day, this story ain't about clout music or who was up or down in the streets. It's the fact that we headed in 2026, and you gotta be a fool to glorify somebody who choose to be on the run, to make weak music, get no paper, risk having life in jail and being told on for $5,000.
nah, no bullshit. No bullshit. That nigga did not just lie, bro. This nigga was on the run for 5 years dropping weak music. He didn't even get signed. So the music wasn't nothing crazy. On the run for 5 years in his own fucking city, not making no pape for real. Facing charges that are about to send him to jail for the rest of his life. This nigga is openly incriminating himself in the music he's making, and it's some fucking Pino. Bro, are y'all hearing me, bro? Like, I can't stress this shit enough, bro. Like, tap into the Philly drill scene, man. Shout out to my little cousin Ra, man. He the one that even told me this nigga got bagged. Like I said, I'm fake little tapped into the Philly drill. But he been on the run so long, I ain't even thought they remembered the nigga. Like Shorty said, with 5,000 on his head, after 5 years, like, you would have thought they just forgot about him. But no, this nigga was dropping incriminating fucking music, man. Shh. It's your boy Sluu Hustle. I appreciate all y'all for tapping in. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.